today we're going to talk about something pretty fun, kind of boring.
Scion TC.
How's it going, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Bruner Tuner. Thank you guys for tuning in. Today's episode, we're going to go over the Scion TC, do a couple mods to it. This car has been my daily for actually right about 5 years, almost to the date. A little background on the car is I was not looking for anything, that relatively new at the time, with it being 2 years old when I bought it. I was used to buying Craigslist deals, I just can't refuse a good Craigslist deal. So I was probably going to buy something, in the $1,000, $2,000 range, just used Honda or something. I had a Scion XA that I actually killed in an unfortunate incident. I hydrolocked the motor right before I got that car, about a month or so before. So I was a little bit devastated by that because that was at the time the nicest car that I'd had. It was clean, it was perfect, it ran great, got me everywhere that I needed to go. So it was unfortunate that I lost it, and I didn't really make a lot of money at the time, and I needed a good mode of transportation to get to work and everywhere. So kind of put the feeler out there. Well, my brother and I, we were at a Chrysler dealership because he wanted to go test drive a Jeep Wrangler. He was crossing things off his list, looking at cars he was interested in. And we see this Scion TC there, and it was always been a car that has always given me like a lukewarm interest. Probably like most car enthusiasts look at it and think, oh, that's an okay looking car, but it doesn't really, do anything for most people. Well, this one looked pretty good. It had a nice stance about it, had black wheels, and just looked really good with, the blacked out A-pillars that they come with, and the black full glass roof and everything. So something about that car caught my eye. Ended up just test driving it for fun, while we were there. Didn't plan on buying anything, but just wanted to drive something. Sorry, car salesman. I guess not sorry, because I ended up buying it later on. But yeah, about a week passes or so, and I'm still looking for a car to buy. I need something reliable. I need something, I want something kind of fun, that looks good and still practical, is going to be a reasonable car for me to purchase. And kind of start looking at the finances of it and realize, hey, I can make this work, and should probably be a pretty reasonable thing to buy, with it having a Camry motor and getting good gas mileage, being a reliable car in general. So went up to the dealership, pulled the plug on it, and ended up with a car that I have really enjoyed. I can get 34 mpg. We fit a whole racing cart, 2 adults, and a cart stand in the car. Drove all the way up to Missouri to buy that with a buddy of mine. Car's just been absolutely great. Had no issues other than things that have been my fault. It's just been flawless, and I absolutely love it. So to me, I think it's a wonderful car. It's always going to get overshadowed by other cars. It's not a performance car. I think it just gets edged out all the time by people thinking because it's a youth-oriented car that it's going to be, sporty, probably have power. It has decent power for what it is. It's not slow, but it's not fast. But I think it also gets compared to the Scion FRS BRZ twins quite often, and I think that just kind of puts it in an unfortunate light because it really excels at what it was designed for. TC is apparently a touring coupe. I think that's the case. I don't know if that's actually true or not, but it's comfortable. It has a great sound system, and I can fit so much into that car. It's just unreal. So for me, it ticks all those boxes that I need. So it's a great car. I still love the way that it looks. It's not the most exciting car to most people, but I'm going to be out here working on it anyways, so thought I'd take you guys along for the ride. So today I got some stuff from my favorite small fabricator, whatever we want to call him. He's up in Canada. His name is A Car Guy's Garage. He makes some really nice quality stuff. I'll put the link down in the description for him. But he does Scion TC, Subaru Crosstrek, WRX, just all sorts of cars. But he's one of the only guys that I know that makes something for this platform. It's not exactly a well-loved platform. Yeah, so here's some of the stuff I got. This is a spark plug cover that I got from his little garage sale that he had online. Things were really cheap. I mean, I think this was like 20 bucks. It's normally like 60 or 70 bucks on his site. You can see it's got a lot of nice, really durable, thick powder coating on it. It's like a nice gauge steel. Yeah, and you know, I just got a few small things because he had such a sale going on anyways, and like I want to support this guy because he makes some really nice stuff, and he's just a really nice guy to work with in general. He'll hook you up if there's something you're looking for. So I got this cool steel keychain. It's actually pretty light, but it's a laser cut, you know, same powder coat finish as the other stuff, but this is like that really nice midnight blue, I think is what he calls it on his site. It's not from a car guy's garage. This is just the lip that I've always wanted for this car. I think it is based on I think they were called Racing Solutions. I just figured out they're no longer in business anymore, but thank God for China, man. I mean, they still make this stuff. I mean, I'm pretty sure they could get like blueprints of the White House, right? You know, they could replicate anything. So picked this lip up. I think it was like, I don't know, 100 bucks or so. So about half the cost of the original, but they don't have the original anymore. So this is what I had to make work with. But I'm going to sand this down, paint it, prep it and everything, and install it myself. I actually have a color matched rattle can and some good clear coat from this website. I think it is automotivetouchup.com. I'll put a link in there as well too, but their paint quality has been really good. I've painted some of my Z stuff with it before, and I was, you know, pretty impressed with what you get from a rattle can. So we'll just paint this ourselves and throw it on. You'll see that the old lip actually recently was just ripped from the car. I was doing, you know, 22 miles an hour on the highway the other day, and over time the bolts had just, I think, just been worn through the holes because the lip sat so low that every time I would hit any kind of dip or just come out of a driveway, it would just push up, and I think it just wore through the actual, you know, holes where the bolts were. And so when I was at speed on the highway the other day, it just completely just ripped it, and you'll see it split in half. There's two pieces, one on the left and one on the right. So the center section is completely gone, and it pulled out a fog light as well too. So I'm gonna have to order another fog light. Once again, Taylor's laughing behind the camera at my ailments. Thank you, Taylor. So that won't be today, but we'll go ahead and throw that on in you know, a week or so once we paint it. So let's go ahead and throw this part on. Yeah, you can see the extent of my recklessness. There's no centerpiece of this. After that happened, these were just spinning around, just woo woo. Yeah, no more fog light either. Pretty nifty, pretty cool, pretty fun. Kind of sucks. Shall I unleash the beast?
Of course.
You're right, Taylor. That is the 2ARFE.
2AFRE, no shit.
I know. So I guess this is just gonna go here and then use these existing little nut and bolt, whatever this is with the little rounded head on it. You know what? I think that's for
a plastic valve cover, I think.
It is, yeah. For the ooh, crispy. Sounded like one of those close-up fried chicken commercials where they get the crisp going.
It's like a mukbang.
Ew. Watch me devour this live squid. Want to take the thing and put it on the thing, and yeah, it's kind of difficult, but you just take the thing and put it on the thing.
So are you saying it's just a little thing?
It might just be a little thing. There we go.
Nope.
Need a deep socket?
Oh, no, I made it work.
I just had to not put the socket fully on the ratchet. Sometimes that does the old trick. The old college try. The old community college try in my case. Hey, by the way, Post Malone went to the same community college that I did.
Shout out TCCC.
TCC, El Toro, baby. #1 in the Southwest.
Was that the mascot?
Yeah. El Toro. Step 1, jack up the car. Physically, no, seriously, jack it up. Go at speed and rip the front bumper off. Yep. Alright guys, so it is another day out here actually. It's actually Thanksgiving, but I've got the day off. I've got a few days off, so thought I wanted to do a few more things to the Scion. I've got a couple maintenance things, and then I've got like the fog lights and that inner fender liner that I was talking about being torn out. So I'm gonna go ahead and put those on, and maybe even do a few other things, check the oil, make sure it's good. I don't think this car has any problems burning or leaking oil, at least that I'm aware of. So I want to go ahead and check that, change the cabin air filter, maybe wash it or something. We'll see. You know what? I said that I had the fender liner in. That was a lie. I don't have the fender liner in. I've lost track of the parts that I've ordered. I've ordered so many, I don't even know what I have at this point. It's just maintaining this Hertz rental fleet. Just got too many parts on the brain. I mean, look at this thing. Why do I even bother building anything? This is clearly the superior machine. I don't need this. Oh, hi. We have a visitor today on the set.
Hi, doggy.
You're my favorite customer.
Hey, say hi. Say hi, Sid. It's the neighbor's dog. It just walks around. Hey, you want to say hi? You gonna fall over when I pet you? You gonna fall over? Hi. Hi, look at that tail. Someone's happy. Look at a grunt. Look at a little grunt. All right, come on. Let's work on the CC. Seriously, I'm always blown away by these like $40 kits. I mean, this fog light kit was 40 bucks. I think it's the Windjet kit, which is pretty common for these, for a lot of cars, I mean. But I mean, you get your instructions, you get all your wiring already, like, you know, pre-done. It's got the fuses, it's got the nice like waterproof connectors and the ones to run into your interior. Look here. Yeah, I mean, those look nice. 40 bucks, I'm just kind of astounded at what you can get for the price. So it appears our wiring is, I think, intact. Yeah, it pulled the bulb with it, but actually the wiring is intact. This plug-in has seen a bit better days, but I mean, it should be all there. Thing is, I noticed that it stopped working anyways, so I have a feeling it's probably this fuse here. So I don't want to redo all this wiring. I mean, I've already got it nicely tucked and run through here. Probably wouldn't even notice it unless you were really, really looking for it. So I'm not going to touch the wiring. I'm just going to change that fuse probably and make sure that everything is still good to go, and pop that new one in on this side. I'm debating if I want to put the other side in too. I mean, there's nothing wrong with it, but you know, when you have the new part, it's kind of tempting. All right, so the fuse looks to be in good shape, but the relay, it's a bit rusty, it's a bit corroded. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start with that, see if this fixes it. I'll know because the light on the dash for the fog lights will be on when I turn the power on. So that will give us our first indication. And then from there, we will decide what to do. I'm going to steal this relay. Nice and new. Go ahead and throw that in, because I can see that the fuse is fine. And the connections on the female side seem okay. So let's see if this is a remedy here. Well, so I'm gonna go ahead and clean up the fuse. I mean, it's not blown. Let's see if we can get it to focus here. Yeah, you can see it's not blown. It is a little dirty though, a little corroded just a bit. Well guys, the issue isn't readily apparent, and I don't necessarily have the time today to do it. I just have a little bit of time before I have to go over to my girlfriend's house for Thanksgiving. So just wanted to take a quick look at it and see if I could find anything out. You know, the wires are all there, everything looks okay. So what I'm gonna do is just go ahead and actually pop the fog light into the housing itself there, just so it's at least, you know, complete, not driving around with a hole in the bumper. So we're gonna go ahead and do that, but I will diagnose this later on and find out just what the issue is, because I do want to get those working. I just don't necessarily have all the time in the world today to do it. So we'll go ahead and switch gears here. So I would hate to, you know, put in that effort and have one that's not really matching. So probably actually the real reason is I don't want to get destroyed in the comments. That's probably what it is. But I'm gonna go ahead and change out this other one too while I'm at it. Just, you know, get that perfect matching color. They're just slightly different, I think. Like I was saying, we're gonna go ahead and check the oil. I don't think that it burns or leaks any. I really don't think it leaks any from what I can tell. But you know, it is 7 years old now and it's got 130-ish thousand miles on it. So just want to be wary of these things. Go ahead and check it while we're out here. Well, I don't know. It might have burned a little bit or maybe leaked it a bit somewhere. But I mean, like I said, this thing is really clean. It doesn't look like it's leaking anywhere. So I would imagine either I just didn't top it off fully last time or it just lost a little bit through the combustion cycle. You know, these Camry motors are kind of like a RX-7, I guess. So I will add more oil. I just don't have any 0W20 here at the house. I'm gonna have to go get some from the store. But what I want to do also while I'm out here is go ahead and install a new cabin air filter. It's really nice to do every now and then. My allergies are pretty awful. My voice is already whiny as is, nasally, so really doesn't help matters. Yeah, you can see this is pretty dirty. A little hard to see on camera here, but there is plenty of dirt in there. Dirt and leaves and dust, just all sorts of stuff. So that's probably 3.5, 4 years old. So I'm really glad that we're replacing that with a nice new one. So you just want to make sure that your airflow usually has an arrow. that it's pointing in the same direction that your housing, tells you is the airflow. So on this, you can see that this is up. This is the direction that that needs to face. It's probably hard to see on camera. Just take my word for it. I'm a good guy. And I just did it wrong. You can see that this car has not been washed in a while. There's just dirt everywhere. It's just pretty grimy. So I think what I want to do today is just do a little bit of a quick car wash on it. You know, keep this thing in good shape. It's always satisfying to wash it. Today I got the last thing in that I was going to install, which is this driver's side fender liner, since the other side got ripped out. So I already had some hardware too. I think this is the correct size for it anyways. So we'll go ahead and just go throw that on now.